right, hello, youngest Cancer females. Welcome to your reading. So, we're finding out what seasons you're in today. We're checking on your home life, your career life, your love life, and your social life. Okay, so let's see what season are you in when it comes to your home life. Home life being those closest to you, your close knit circle, whether you live with them or not. It's just those who feel like home. What's happening? What season are you in when it comes to your home life? Youngest Cancer females. I saw the five of wands at the bottom, although we're not really reading from the bottom of the deck in these readings. So we had one and then two. So we have the strength. So we have holding back, and we have the four of wands, holding back. I heard holding it together. Okay, holding it together. So there's conflict. Okay, there's conflict in your close-knit circle, but it's a time right now to hold it together in spite of. So we have the strength to the four of wands. So the strength is being strong. Even when you feel like being weak, you're being strong, okay, in doing the right thing. And then we have the four of wands. Four of wands talking about stability and stuff like that. So it's trying your best to hold it together. So that's the season that you're in right now when it comes to your home life, when it comes to those who are closest to you. So don't be worried about what you see going on. It is all divinely orchestrated. Okay? So rest knowing that things are moving along just as it is supposed to. So there are lessons in here that you need to learn about holding the faith in spite of how you feel, in spite of how you see things and things like that. So it's being strong in the face of opposition, in the face of failure. So it's like seeing yourself as a winner in spite of, you see. So seeing yourselves as winners in spite of. So there's good reason for you to love your family no matter how much fighting there is going on, no matter how much segregation and whatnot there is that's going on amongst you. Right now is the season to hold it together. Okay? So obviously there's gonna be parts ripping apart, but your mission right now is to hold it together. Don't fall apart. Okay? So we have your career. Let's see what's happening in your career. What season are you in when it comes to your career? Ooh, la, la. All right. So right now in your career, youngest Cancer females, it's a season of betrayal. So somebody or somebodies have done you dirty or are doing you dirty. Okay? Or perhaps you're the one that's doing the naughty. It's a temptation or test. So whatever it is, if you're doing it, it's not that big a deal. If somebody's doing it to you, it's not that big a deal. The objective here is to pass the test. Or the objective for them is to pass your test. However it is, things don't look peaceful, things don't look on the up and up, but it's all a test. So it's like, what are you gonna do? This is an opportunity for you to get to know your character, or for whoever is testing you to get to know your character, or for you to get to know their character if you're the one that's putting the test out there. Okay? So that's what's happening in your career right now. So if you feel like something's off, something is off, but it's a test to see what type of person are you. What are you gonna choose to do? So let's check on your love life. Youngest Cancer females, what season are you in when it comes to your love life? All right. So we have two cards to come out. We have the letter Z. Wait, It goes that way. So we have Z and we have transgender. Interesting. So I understand the transgender part. So the question is, okay, so we have Y. So if you're in the if you're in the mind frame of I need to see what the Z is. Let's see what this Z is. But basically what I'm getting here is if you're in the mind frame saying, oh, you don't want to be a girl anymore, you prefer to be a boy right now, or you think you live a better and happier life if you become a boy, the question underneath there is asking why. But the Z has some significance here. So let's clarify the Z to see what the Z actually is. God said to use this one. So let's clarify this Z. Because Z could talk about endings. Perhaps you've already been exploring changing your gender. Or perhaps you're exploring somebody else's choice to alter their gender. But whatever it is, there's a transgender energy in your going on in your love life right now. So let's just clarify. The breeze keep blowing it and I keep fixing it and I keep blowing it and I keep fixing it and it's just pointless. Remove it. So let's see. Let's clarify Z. Because Z is the last letter of the alphabet, so it could be what? It could be sensible to assume that it's an ending, but just to make sure. One more time. Interesting. Alright, so let's see. Clarifying Z. Oh, yeah, it's about making a choice. So it's like, which way should I go? So the Two of Wands is standing at the crossroads, trying to make a decision. Should I go left? Should I go right? That's what's happening in your love life right now. So you're perhaps, well, I won't confuse the message. Whatever I said, that's that. So yeah, so it's about knowing what choice to make going into the future. So the future talks about, the Three of Wands talks about future expectations. Okay. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So this is a moral issue. This is how is it going to be when it comes to your moral life? Okay, are you gonna be happy with yourself after making whatever choice you decide to make? Are you gonna have the victory? Six of Wands. Okay, so that's what's happening for you right now. So you're kind of caught in the middle. You're caught up in the teachings of this world about changing men to women and changing women to men. And God says, why? What does your conscience tell you? What does your mind tell you? What does nature tell you? Which your conscience is a part of nature. So this is not a question of what is your mind telling you. This is a question of what is your conscience telling you. So this is something that you should search on a deeper level to understand, or gather the information from a deeper level so that you can make an educated decision. So it's like, do you want to have kids? You may not want to have any now, but do you plan on having children in the future? If you make whatever decision you make, will you be able to make children in the future? That's one thing that you need to consider. Will you be satisfied sexually? Will you be satisfied? Why do you want to make this change? Is it because it's too hard trying? I heard yes, it's too hard trying to get a respectable relationship going with the opposite sex. Because boys right now, the masculines right now, they're not really. They're like, you know. But the thing is, when it comes to that, it's about helping each other to grow. So it's gonna be a trial, it's going to be a test, it's going to be difficult. Whether you choose a male or a female, just know that it's going to be difficult. But if you're a female and you choose a female, what are you going to get out of that? If you're a female and you choose a male, what are you going to get out of that? Okay? There was something else that I thought to mention. So you see me, I'm not here to make a decision for you, because at the end of the day, God works in mysterious ways. But I'm only here to tell you what God wants me to tell you. So yeah, it's about knowing what your end goal is and how do you get there. Because if you choose a girl and you want to have a child, you still need the male. Oh yes, so this is what I was talking about. When it comes to choosing, let's say you choose to choose a female or you choose to choose a male. They can both be like abusers in any way. So it's like life is not gonna be better on either side. When it comes to certain aspects of a relationship, you get the same shit. Women can be cheaters just the same as men are usually cheaters. Okay? Women can give you good sex just the same as men can give you good sex. Women can give you great friendship just the same as the men can give you great friendship. But if you want to have a child now, you can't have a child with a woman. You're still gonna have to get a sperm donor or something for you to be able to have a child. And if I'm not explaining this right, because it did say transgender. So transgender is talking about you wanting to be a boy instead of being a girl. So from that perspective now, what are you attracted to? If oh, this is confusing even for me. This is not something that I personally like to talk about or address, because I see it as a carnal thing when it comes to transgenderism and lesbianism and all that stuff. These things are things of the flesh. These things are surface level matters. These things are vain imaginings. I'm not saying that it's useless, because there's something to learn from everything. But I can only speak from my point of view. It's not something that I see as relevant. You know what I'm saying? What can I equate it to? So it's like, for me, certain things don't have to exist because it has nothing to do with me, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I prefer to struggle with a man and get it right than to spend my youth and my time and my resources dealing with the same sex only for me to not have anything tangible at the end of it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I see these things. And if I'm a female, I prefer to live my life being a female. But you see, the problem with that is this society teaches us that once you're of a certain sex, you're not allowed to do certain things. So it's uncommon for a woman to be a truck driver or a fucking carpenter or like a mechanic. But it's nonsense. I don't live my life by those rules. Those type of rules in society have never been able to put a hold on me. I mean, this thing with pink for girls and blue for boys, I find that to be a whole heap of nonsense, because people are just people. But when it comes to certain aspects of life, there is no question as to what should and should not be. Okay? And me, I don't give a fuck about lust and all that stuff. I find no fun in lust. I want the real deal because I know what that is like. Lustful sex is just yucky to me. I want that good stuff. I want that spiritual stuff. I want that connection. I want that longevity. Okay? When you experience it, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. You probably wonder what the fuck is she talking about right now. But you live and you learn. So there, I've given you as much information as I can. Whatever you choose to do with the information is completely up to you. Okay? So let's move on. Now your social life. Let's see, what season are you in when it comes to your social life? Youngaz Cancer females. When it comes to your social life, we have foundation. So it's like you're starting to build, or well, that goes hand in hand with what's going on in your love life, innit? Because it's like you still don't know which way to go. So it's like you're starting to build. It's like you're looking for a new life. That's what I'm getting. Like you just want a new life. You want something different. So the thing is, I would tell you move, but it takes money to move. And even if you have the money to move, let's look at it this way. People are basically the same no matter where you go. And the thing is, if you're looking to find or congregate with like good people, everybody's good and everybody's bad. So I understand you wanting better for yourself, but the reality is life is full of challenges. So it's better that you, there was a Bruce Lee saying, it says, don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to manage a difficult one. Because life is going to be challenging no matter how we want to look at it. So instead of wanting things to be easy, which you will find to be boring after a while, it's better that you pray for the wisdom to navigate through the challenges that are presented to you. So it's like if you're around a whole bunch of fake ass people, pray for the courage to find comfort and happiness in your own company. So it's like if they're not good enough for you, you don't have to associate with them. You see? So I feel like the issue here is not with your outer surroundings, but your inner surroundings. It's the frame of mind that you need to go forward is what is important. So the frame of mind that you're in right now, I think you're a more outward kind of looker. But if you would look within yourself and make changes within yourself, the way you see the world, the way you understand things, I think that you'll find that you can make a happy life no matter where the fuck you are. Heaven will be wherever the hell you decide you want to be. Okay? You will carry your heaven with you always. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. We tend to look for happiness outside of ourselves because we're not taught that it actually starts within. Okay? So it's about knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want, and not being afraid to be by yourself if that's what the conditions around you suggest is the best thing for you. Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck, just out of curiosity. Shadow. So yeah, so the shadow self is those parts of the self that don't benefit us in a positive way. Okay? So that's precisely what I'm saying. So it's like you're starting to build, but instead of looking within yourself to change within yourself, you're looking outside of yourself. There are changes that need to be made outside, but it starts with making the changes inside. Once you make the changes inside, you'll know what to do on the outside. Okay, so that's what's happening in your social life. So it's like you're starting from the bottom, foundation. And the foundation of any building is one of the strongest parts of that building. Okay, the quality of your foundation determines how your house stand up to difficult times. So your house being your relationship. So if you set a good foundation with yourself, anybody that you add, you will already have established what you like and what you don't like, what you're willing to tolerate, what you don't tolerate, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. So you'll know when to say no and who to say no to, in spite of how much you like them, in spite of how cute they are, in spite of how good their sex is or whatever. Because these elements and others can actually cloud our judgment. So the first thing that I suggest you do is clarify within yourself, who are you? What do you want? What is okay with you and what is not? Okay? So that's where you need to start. That's the messages that I have for you, Cancer, Youngaz, Cancer female. So until next time, my darling. Bye bye.